I'm grateful for that, Mr. Chairman. I'm grateful for you and the ranking member for organizing what I think is a vitally important hearing. I want to thank Senator Mike Lee. He and I have a whole bunch of overlap, a wide swath of agreement of the urgency of these issues and a lot of common ideas about what we need to do about them. I want to just start by saying something that doesn't really need to be said because it's happening all over this country, but American farmers are in crisis. Farms in New Jersey and across our country are facing unprecedented conditions, and we're seeing a loss of American family farmers in a way that could be described as an extinction-level event. These are incredible Americans who scratch from the soil the food that feeds our families and makes us competitive globally. But year after year, they have seen the cost of seed, fertilizer, fuel, and land go up while the prices for their crops barely budge. And we're going to hear testimony today about the serious financial challenges facing our soybean farmers, really created by the Trump administration's chaotic trade policies. And I want folks to hear that because, again, I've gone across this country in multiple states and met with soybean farmers and seen their true fealty to this nation and their mission. But while soybean farmers are struggling unnecessarily so, we need to also remember that many other farmers, including farmers growing fruits and vegetables, are also struggling and in need of assistance from Congress. They need action from this body. They need not us to only rightfully point out the problems, but come up with solutions. Because our food system today suffers from, as my colleague Mike Lee was saying, hyper-concentration. A handful of mega corporations now dominate every step of the supply chain, and that begins with seeds. The seed market, which used to include hundreds of small, regionally based seed companies, is now controlled by just a few powerful global corporations: Bayer, Corteva, Signeta. Through mergers and acquisitions and aggressive patent practices, these firms have driven out nearly all the smaller competitors. As a result, these three companies can dictate what seeds are available, what traits they carry, and ultimately what crops farmers grow. Seeds aren't just another input. They are unique because they are living organisms, the foundation of our food system, which used to be controlled and dictated by great Americans, individual farmers who know their soil, who are stewards of the land. But now you have to go have good seeds to grow, and they know that. For thousands of years, these stewards of our lands, these great Americans, saved seeds from one harvest to the next and fed America. But in recent decades, this fundamental right of farmers to save seeds has literally been stolen from them by corporate greed. Monsanto, now Bayer, locked up seeds with sweeping utility patents and sued our American farmers for doing what they had always done, saving and replanting the progeny of seeds that they planted, that their parents planted, that their grandparents planted. Since the 1990s, companies have engineered genetically modified seeds with desirable traits like herbicide tolerance or insect resistance. These patented seeds are bundled with their own pesticides by corporations, so farmers are forced to buy the whole package. This traps farmers in an expensive system they may not want or even need. Last November, I sent a letter to the EPA urging them to deny the pending reapproval for the pesticide dicamba. Dicamba is notorious for drifting and damaging neighboring farms with crops that aren't engineered to withstand it. This creates an inescapable lose-lose for our American farmers. Either buy dicamba-resistant seeds or risk your crops being destroyed by pesticide drift. It forces farmers into seed pesticide bundles and expands corporate control. That's not real choice. That's not a free market. It's coercion through chemistry. Choice is disappearing across our farm economy. It is anti-free market. And our public research institutions, who have the tools to innovate, are steered to serve Bayer and Corteva's interests. These corporations not only control research funding, but distribution, blocking independent seeds from reaching the market. The result? Fewer varieties, weaker resilience, and lost opportunities to adapt to a rapidly changing climate. This is corporate capture of the very first link in our food chain. And when you control the seed, you have unjust control over farmers. And ultimately, you control the food. We are America, the home of the brave and the land of the free, but freedom is being stolen by this corporate concentration. And it's not just farmers that are hurting because of this broken, corrupt system. Consumers also pay the price. We must do better. We must restore competition and fairness in this system because I know American farmers. Give them a fair playing field and they can compete with the world. And when our farmers compete, all of America wins. So this means reinforcing our antitrust laws and placing a moratorium on any new big ag mergers. It means protecting farmers' rights to save seeds and choose inputs based on need. It means continuing the ban on dicamba and investing in public research that serves the public interest, public research that serves farmers and not corporations. This is a moment of urgency. If we do not act now, we will reach a point where so many farmers are driven off the land that they have been on for generation after generation, land their grandfathers and great-grandfathers and mothers cleared with their own bare hands. What's happening in America is dire. Congress must not just talk about the problems, we've got to fix them, or American farming as we know it will be forever changed. I look forward to hearing from the witnesses. Thank you, Chairman.